Welcome to the next episode of the Dark Web Deacon. Before we begin, be sure to smash that subscribe button, click the bell to turn on notifications. New videos are published every Monday and Thursday, and as always, be sure to like and provide comments. Today we're going to talk about Zoom bombing. This phenomenon is a direct result of the pandemic and everyone using web conferencing from home. Zoom bombing is when an uninvited person joins a Zoom session. This is usually an attempt to gain a few cheap laughs at the expense of the participants. The Zoom bombers often hurl racial slurs, profanity, share pornography, make offensive images on the whiteboard, or flat out get naked. There's been a few instances of that. The media is calling them hackers. They're really more pranksters than hackers. There really isn't a security vulnerability with Zoom. The problem is how people handle public Zoom meeting links and how the software was configured to default to allow in a public meeting without a password. So these links can be shared thousands of times between clients, friends, and colleagues over the years. And so because of the careless handling of these public meeting links and not having a password enabled and the Zoom software not requiring it, this is why you have the Zoom bombing phenomenon. A few things you can do to stop this if you are a Zoom user is first things to disable. So there's a functionality to embed passwords in meeting links for one-click join. This encrypts the password in the join meeting link to join a meeting. All anyone has to do is click the link, which completely defeats the purpose of requiring a password, so turn this feature off. Another feature to disable is remote control of content. So this allows someone who is sharing their screen to let other participants take control of their system. So definitely disable this feature. Also disable join before host. This allows people to join a meeting before the host arrives. So don't let Zoom bombers beat you to your own meeting. So again, this is good to disable. Another one is allow remove participants to rejoin. If this is enabled, definitely disable it. Participants you kick out of a meeting, you don't want to be able to rejoin. So this is another good one to disable. Now let's focus on features we should make sure are enabled in Zoom. Feature number one is only authenticated users can join the meeting, so make sure that's enabled. There's also the waiting room feature. Attendees can only join until the host allows them. So it forces all attendees to basically experience kind of a Zoom purgatory by placing them in a waiting room before they're able to join the meeting. The host can decide if they want to allow that person to join or not join the meeting. As of April 5th, this feature is enabled by default. Also, another feature to enable is mute participants upon entry. So if someone does Zoom bomb your meeting, you can shut them up before they even have a chance to speak and make an issue in the meeting. The other one to look at is require a password when scheduling meetings. So this is now enabled by default, and this was the root cause of Zoom bombing. So this basically forces people to type a password before they can join a meeting. This way, if someone finds your link, they can't just merely join the meeting without typing in your password. Now, all that being said, if you are, obviously people do share the links and those passwords when they send out meetings to people. So there still is a chance if friends or family or coworkers do have their identity compromised and that content is stolen, that password could potentially be compromised and someone could get in because they've gained access and have knowledge of that password. So it is a good idea to change those passwords, just like you're changing an account password fairly frequently. But if you enable the other features we just discussed, even if a Zoom bomber gets in because they somehow have your password, it definitely will mitigate the damage and you can shut them out and kick them out fairly easily. If there are other tools out there, if you're not interested, if you are using Zoom and you've had a bad experience and now you want to get off, there's things like WebEx, Amazon Chime Meeting, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meet. I have some experience with WebEx and Amazon Chime. So WebEx, this is a good option for everyday users. There are free accounts available. You can host a 40-minute meeting and up to 50 participants. And you only can start one session at a time, and you can't use a lot of their fancy features like whiteboarding, but that is a free option for WebEx. Amazon Chime is more for business users. Right now, they are offering free use of Amazon Chime Pro from March 4th to June 30th, and allowing customers basically to start using Amazon Chime for the first time during this period from their AWS account. So hopefully you found this useful, and hopefully you don't get Zoom bombed.
Thanks for watching, and as always, please like, subscribe, and provide comments, and turn on notifications by clicking the bell in order to check out future videos published twice a week.